We are here tonight, Tuesday, February 15th, for special planning board meeting. Do you want to call the meeting to order, Chairman?
Sure. Let's call the meeting to order, and Suzanne will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Pledge allegiance
With
the flag
to the flag of the United States of America
And
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'm going to do the roll call. Chairman Freeland,
Here.
Maurice Roth,
Here.
John Cornelius,
Here.
Russell Hawk,
Here.
Mordecai Grimberger.
Yeah.
Okay, we have our 5 members here this evening. And we're here for the application of V3 Real Estate, 14 North Airmont Road. V3 Real Estate LLC Dunkin' Donuts for the proposed drive-through for the existing Dunkin' Donuts amended site plan. There is no public comment. The public hearing was closed on January 27th.
May I say something really quickly, Suzanne?
Yeah.
This is Jeff. I just wanted to thank all of you for agreeing to this somewhat unusual meeting, and I just really appreciate your willingness to do this.
You're welcome.
Pleasure. That's why we're here.
No problem. Not a
We
problem.
live to serve.
Thank you.
So we closed the public hearing. And we're here tonight, I believe, Dan, if you want to start to go through the GML.
I don't have it in front of me, but yeah.
Okay, it's in the email I sent everybody today with all the documents. But if you want, I can read it. We have to go over the 3 overrides, I believe.
Correct.
Yes,
Eve, did you get the email from Eve? Right around,
yes, I did, about the landscaping is out of the
Yep.
drainage easement, but not out of the
Yep.
right of way. I got it.
okay.
Wait, before you do that, Dan, I got one question. I don't want to hear from the applicant. I don't think there's anything new. I don't want to hear from consultants. I don't think there's anything new. Can you give us a little legal opinion on the screening agreement?
That is not going to do it. That wasn't, what I read wasn't an agreement. It was just a letter, not signed by Airmont Gardens, not in fileable form, no obligation as to what the responsibilities are for maintenance. That said, I would have no objection. We've done this before, that prior to the chairman being authorized to sign the site plan, that I'll be provided a copy of an agreement which contemplates what I laid out and is also in fileable form.
Okay. And for the record, it was stated in several meetings that once they get their approval, that they will do a finalized agreement detailing all those items. But we
This is
at the final CDRC for chairman's endorsement, as you pointed out.
this is Ken Miranda. They have a draft of an agreement in recordable form, which is they're just waiting to see the approval. When they get its approval, they will finalize that with the owners of the adjoining property, and that will be submitted to Dan for review to make sure it's in proper form.
Thank you.
Okay,
Hope that answers your question, John.
well, I guess we have to trust your judgment, right, Dan?
Well, if you don't trust it after all these years, I don't know if you're ever going to trust it. long time.
So do you want me to start reading
Yes,
points of the GML and go over the ones that we have to override?
yes, please.
Okay, so the GML is dated December 21st, 2020. There are 3 overrides that we need to make. Item number 1, item number 2, and item number 10. But we will go through each item as I did with the zoning board, Dan, correct?
Correct.
Okay, for the record. Okay.
And all the members got a copy of the ZBA
Yes,
override resolution.
right, so that they saw how we did it and how we went through each item and they stated their case.
Yep.
All right, GML, Rockland County Planning, December 21st, 2020. Can I just go through the numbers or do I have to read from the beginning? We know what the site plan is all about, or do you want me to read that too?
No, that's not necessary.
No,
The first one is the traffic patterns associated with the gasoline station and a drive-through fast food establishment are mutually incompatible and cannot both be adequately accommodated on an undersized parcel, excuse me. A drive-through funnels vehicles to a single access point, while a gas station can create haphazard traffic patterns as vehicles queue and jockey for open pump stations. The proposed site plan creates several points of conflict, some of which will likely produce traffic overflows onto the county highway. 2 existing vehicles stopped at the North Airmont Road entrance would effectively block an entering vehicle from accessing the gasoline pumps or parking areas. Any subsequent entering vehicles would be forced to stop within the entrance apron, potentially creating an overflow into the highway. Vehicles entering the North Dearborn Avenue may attempt to shortcut a line by driving through the pump area, creating an additional potential point of conflict. Also, it is likely that the queue of the vehicles between the North Dearborn Avenue entrance and the drive-through entrance could form since they will be forced to stop for possibly an extended period of time at the interior stop sign adjacent to the North Airmont Road entrance. These vehicles would block vehicles attempting to enter or exit the parking spaces along the southerly property line or southern facing vehicles exiting the gasoline pump stations. Lastly, a vehicle stopped at the interior stop sign adjacent to North Airmont Road entrance will have a reduced sight distance compared to vehicles leaving the property as they attempt to cross an active entrance. The application must be disapproved. Any proposed drive-through must eliminate these points of conflict and provide safe and adequate access for users of all services on the site. So we do have a response memo dated November 16th that I resent everyone from the applicant, from Sparco and Youngblood. And we also have our draft of the resolution and the overrides. So Dan, do you want me to read the comments that are in the override?
yep,
Okay, so for number 1, there is already a Dunkin' Donuts and a convenience store on the site together with the gasoline pumps. The site has been redesigned to improve circulation, including separating the drive-through traffic from gasoline traffic at pump islands. All drive-through existing traffic is also separated from the gasoline traffic by the provision of a separate driveway connection to the North Dearborn Avenue. The presentation plan highlights the design drive-through lane, bypass lane, and separate driveway connection to the North Dearborn Avenue. Okay. So I'm going to go to item number 2. This is an override item 2. Permitting development that does not comply with the applicable bulk standards can set an undesirable land and use precedent and result in the overutilization of individual sites. The proposed lot area is 37% of the required minimum. The front setback and front yard are deficient by 38% and 80% respectively. The rear setback and rear yard are deficient by 40% and 93% respectively. The development coverage ratio exceeds the maximum standard by 5%, and only 75% of the required parking spaces are provided. The ability of the existing infrastructure to accommodate increased intensity of use on undersized parcels is a countywide concern and must be evaluated. This evaluation must consider whether local roads will become more congested and the sewer system, stormwater management systems, and the public water supply will be overburdened. The village must consider the cumulative and regional impacts of permitting such development. Given the concerns in the previous comment that arise from placing intense use on an undersized parcel, and the extent of the required variances, the application must be disapproved and the property developed in a manner more consistent with the bulk requirements of the village. For number 2, the number of variances required is not the criteria to determine if they should be granted. The criteria are what, if any, negative impact there will be if the variances are granted. Based on all the modifications and safeguards that were made, there will be no negative impact. The drive-through will have a positive effect, will be a benefit, and accommodate the community needs to minimize exposure and protect the public from COVID and other similar viruses. Since the pandemic started over a year ago, the public has changed its buying habits and businesses have been forced to change the way they conduct business. A majority of the applicant's customers want to use a drive-through rather than get out of their cars. The applicant meets all the criteria for granting bulk and area variances required by state and local law. And for the record, all the variances were granted at the October 14th ZBA meeting, all 12 variances, and you all have a copy of that resolution as well. Okay, number 3, a review must be completed by the Rockland County Health Department to ensure compliance with Article 19 mosquito control of the Rockland County Sanitary Code. And the response for that is it's agreed.
I don't think,
Okay.
Suzanne.
Yeah.
Weren't there only 3 overrides?
Do you want me to do the overrides first? I was going through the whole GML and then I thought we were going to do a motion for the overrides. Do you want me to do the overrides first? Yes, then I'll go to the override. I apologize. Okay, so number 10 of the GML is the next override. The proposed landscaping along North Airmont Road and North Dearborn Ave is located beyond the property line and within the county right-of-way and the private road portion of North Dearborn Ave, which is a further indication of the overutilization of the site. Approvals of these encroachments must be granted by the appropriate entities or the landscaping must be relocated to within the property. Response for the override, the applicant has received permission to landscape the neighboring property and has removed all landscaping from the right-of-way. And they are working with the, I'm just looking at Mr. Spracco's comment as well. The applicant has a working copy agreement dated 2/17/21 with Airmont Gardens, owners of the adjacent property, and will secure a formal easement agreement before any landscaping or work is done on land outside the existing properties. Those are the 3 override items.
If I may jump in, that item 3 is what I was commenting about because there is landscaping within the right-of-way of North Airmont Road and of the private road known as North Dearborn. And that is proposed to remain.
So it should be added to that.
Yes, I wrote that down.
No, I would just remove the second part of the sentence and I would remove, I'd say neighboring property, period. And remove and has removed all landscaping from the right-of-way. That's because that's not correct.
So remove the right-of-way piece. Okay.
Yeah, just put
Neighboring
landscape the
property,
neighboring
period.
property, period.
Okay. Okay. So now I need a motion on the overrides, correct, Dan?
I just
Correct.
have one other question. Sorry to
Oh, I'm sorry.
bring it up now. I should have mentioned it before. So the majority of the applicant's customers want to use a drive-through rather than get out of their cars. But it's a gas station in New York, so people do have to get out of their cars to pump gas. I think they don't want to get out of their cars to go into a crowded market. So maybe we should make that distinction if we're talking about COVID, but that's up to the board.
And any comment from the board on the override number?
Sorry, I'm still trying to navigate all the documents.
Okay,
I had it and I lost it.
so the suggestion was to, instead of saying get out of their cars, to go into a crowded market. If you all want that added into the comment, I can.
I lost it. What does it say now? It says just get out of your
It
cars.
just says, the sentence reads, a majority of the applicant's customers want to use a drive-through rather than get out of their cars. Right, but the nature of the business is a gas station as well, and they do get out of their cars to pump gas.
I see the second to
What they
last sentence here.
don't want to do is get out of their cars to go into a crowded market to purchase, items, Dunkin' Donuts product. So I
Me too,
think
that
we should
second
make
to
that
last sentence.
distinction. Yeah,
So that
Well,
sentence that
just-
begins with a majority should be
Correct.
amended to say something like,
Does the board,
want to-
feel they
yeah.
want to do that? Does the board agree with that? Making
that sounds right. Majority of applicants' customers want to use a drive-through rather than get out of their cars to use the Dunkin' Donuts
Okay,
or something.
well, I'd say to enter the market, because that was the whole issue with COVID, right? People didn't want to go into interior public spaces.
Right. So they'd rather stay in their cars than walk into the market.
Correct.
okay. So now I need a motion on the overrides, please.
It's one motion for all three overrides?
Yes, so you need to make a motion to override number 1, number 2, and number 10 of the GML dated dated December 20th, 2020.
December 20th, 2020?
December 21st, 2020.
December
21st, 2020.
21st. Okay. So if no one has it, I'll make the motion.
Why is it attached to Pitsy little wire?
I don't know.
Someone's not muted.
I'm trying to find out who that is.
It's Mordecai.
It's Mordecai.
Yeah, I just muted him. Okay.
So I'll
you're
second the
gonna-
motion.
Who seconded it? Russell?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a roll call vote. Okay, John Cornelius,
I'm going to vote yes. I think that the applicant has addressed all the issues brought up by the GML.
okay. Russell,
I'm going to vote yes as well. Similarly, I think that the design or the layout that's proposed actually, as stated by the applicant, does actually improve the flow and the safety for pedestrians and other folks using the gas station. So I vote yes.
okay, Mordecai,
Yes,
and can you give me a reason, please, for the record?
yes, they came back with improvement of the
Okay,
traffic flow and the safety of the motorists.
okay. Who am I missing here?
Maurice?
Maurice,
Yes, and for reasoning as well is that they had a thorough with the traffic. Also, I had my issues with the motorists and the congestions, and they made all I agree, the approvals with that it went through, and I'm okay with it.
okay, and Chairman Freeland.
Yeah, I'm going to also vote yes for, just to echo what everybody else said. I think they've come back and adequately addressed, all the concerns, and they've done a professional job, and it looks good now in terms of the traffic and the alleviating congestion and just the overall site plan.
Okay. So overrides are granted 5-0 unanimously. All right, so now we have to go through the rest of the GML, correct, Dan?
I think we've gone through the GML.
Okay. Well, they have addressed it in their memo, and we did go through it and read through it at the last meeting that they presented. Okay, I
I think that's how we got to the point of figuring out which ones needed to be overridden
Written?
by going through the whole thing.
Okay. So now we just need a vote. We need to do the vote on this site plan and special permit, correct?
Special permit first.
First one first.
Special permit first. Okay. So I need a motion, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the special permit for just 14 North
North
Airmont.
Mhm.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, John.
I'm going to do a roll call vote.
Just for discussion purposes, with the standard requirements, such as payment of all any and all professional fees, supplying all required agreements, and all the issues that have been brought up, not only tonight, but at previous meetings, in either memo form or verbal request.
Okay. I'm going to do a roll call vote on the special permit. John Cornelius,
I'm going to vote yes. I think the special permit's going to be a good thing for the community.
okay. Mordecai,
Yes.
Russell Hawk,
Yes, I vote yes.
Maurice Roth,
I vote yes.
Chairman Freeland.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 unanimously on the special permit. Okay, now we're going to do, I need a motion on the site plan, amended site plan approval.
Okay, so make a motion to approve the amended site plan for 14 North Airmont Road.
Second.
And this has to include the conditions?
Dan?
Yes,
And they have to
Yes,
be,
sorry.
they have to be repeated? Or just,
no.
No,
conditions are
I
in
have
there.
it. It's professional fees, legal agreements, anything that was addressed in
Okay.
verbal or memo
Yep.
letter
Yep.
format at previous meetings.
good. As long as it's-
Landscaping, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, all items, all consultant agency letters, that means everything.
And to be clear, all of the members have a copy of the draft of these resolutions and have reviewed them.
You're cutting out there.
I said, all the members have drafts of these resolutions before them. Just waiving a reading of every line of them.
Mhm.
Yes, I've read them.
Okay,
So Suzanne, I seconded that.
Yeah, I think it was
Yes,
actually me who was
Russell
cutting out.
seconded.
Sorry,
now I
connection's
just
not so
need
great.
a roll call vote. We just admit somebody. John Cornelius,
I'll vote yes. I think originally I was not in favor of the applicant, but I think they've shown enough to deal with the traffic, which was my major concern, and I am putting yes on the application.
Mordecai,
Yes, and the same as John said, we had this concerns regarding the traffic and the safety. And we did a lot of progress on it, and it seems to be look safe.
Russell Hawk,
I vote yes as well. Same comment as earlier. I think the site plan, the site designs have improved the traffic flow and the safety for folks going to this facility. So plus the agreements they have with the neighbors for landscaping and the changes to the one entrance exit closest to the traffic light, I think will improve the traffic flow. So yes.
okay. Maurice Roth.
I vote yes, as my main concern also with the traffic, and I believe that all the requirements were met, and I believe it will enhance the community. So yes, I vote yes.
Okay, Chairman Freeland.
I'm also going to vote yes. I think they addressed all our concerns. They did a great job.
Okay, motion carries 5-0 unanimously on the amended site plan.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.
We'll go for a coffee.
I
No
just-
more
I-
Dunkin' Donuts.
I just want to tell you guys
Lots of
that the cooperative working, arrangement that we've had, taking your feedback and going back to the plan, I feel has resulted in a much better plan than we went in with. So I really appreciate the feedback and the opportunity to work with you guys.
Okay, you're very welcome.
you.
Listen, in terms of things running smoothly, I think not take away from anybody else, but I think you have to thank Suzanne because she
Oh,
coordinates
thank
between
you.
everybody and
Thank you.
just makes everything flow. So
100% agree.
Yeah, she's done an outstanding job, and we appreciate you guys spending the time to have a special meeting with us tonight.
okay,
We're very excited to
Make that happen. Thank you.
invest in that city.
Yeah, this is Ken Moran. I wanted to thank you also. I want to mention that Susan really kept things organized and helped us get in all the documents that you had requested. And I think that made it a lot simpler and more efficient to get this project approved, which had a lot of amendments and so forth. But I want to thank the entire board again for their consideration of this matter. Thank you.
you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, and for new business, you all know that the remote meetings have been extended to March 16th. There is a meeting on the 24th of February, so I will send out a Zoom,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock for Zoom, correct? And the one big application that I thought was going to be on, I forwarded their email. They requested an adjournment till March. Skill
School.
Building Center, the school. 124 just submitted something today, so I'll get that together for everyone. And I don't know about 10 South Devon if they're going to remain on or not, or adjourn, because I haven't seen any submission. We just did the ARC review before this meeting.
Mhm.
So we'll either have one or two applications, and I'll let everyone know as I get the information.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. See you then.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you
a great
all.
day.
Thank you.
very
Yeah, have a
much.
good night.
Make a
Have a
motion to
wonderful
adjourn.
Good
night.
night.
One more
Congratulations.
motion. Yep.
Adjourn. Make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, yeah, I need a motion to adjourn. Thank
A
you.
motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a wonderful night,
All in
everybody.
favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Take
Good
care.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, Suzanne, I'm not gonna be there on the 24th. I gotta,
Right, I remember that.
okay, thanks.
Thank you. Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Have a
Thank you,
great
Suzanne.
night.